Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Hello, 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 this is Adolf, and today I'm by myself, and I'm reviewing the Fantastic Four First Steps, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Fantastic Four movie. First of all, I'll talk about the 3D aspect. So, the 3D here is really great. It's really well done. Just to put it out there, this is one of the best uses of 3D Marvel has done in a long time, and it really dazzles. It's just not... The 3D isn't just here, it elevates the whole visual experience and completely complements the story in a way that it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful to watch this in 3D. Why would I not watch it in 3D? It's an almost perfect presentation. The 3D really gives a sense of scale, especially when Galactus is here. You get a good sense of how huge he is, how huge this world is, and it just kind of gives you the great sense of scale. It makes you know how tiny you are and how big he is and how much depth is there. It's translated on screen in 3D. You get some excellent 3D depth, and it's some of the best. It really looks phenomenal in the scenes with the black hole. And there's also scenes like in a wormhole. And oh my god, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful amount of layers of 3D and depth, and that's why 3D, it brings you into the story, because it really felt like I was peering into a diorama and seeing the scene unfold, and it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's not 100% perfect. Obviously it's really depth based. There is some pop here and there. Specifically with how the Human Torch flies, it kind of pops out the screen, and some stuff that Silver Surfer does pops out the screen. But I would have liked more pop out. I felt like there were some opportunities here and there where it could have been stronger. Like, there's a scene, like it's in the trailers, with debris falling and Mr. Fantastic kind of stretching around it. And this should have popped more than it did. It looked good, it looked very good, but I feel like it could have been a little bit stronger. Overall, though, that is a minor thing, very minor. There's like one or two instances where the 3D had a little bit of the ghosting because just the blackness of space sometimes. But that's like 3 seconds. That's super nitpicky. Overall, the 3D really complements the movie, and how they framed this and shot this movie really makes the 3D as a different, it just complements it so well. They work well to give you a visual narrative, and it really works. The whole package is pretty damn awesome. And overall, the perspective shots, the epic scale, the smart framing, and depth really get a boost from 3D. And it really is amazing to see, and some of the best. So it's absolutely worth watching in 3D. It's like Marvel kind of remembered what what they could do with 3D. It's not just there. It really kind of gives you a sense of where you are in place, and just kind of helps you get into the scene. And it works beautifully. Any nitpicks I have are small. This is some of the best 3D I've seen this year. So final verdict is 9 out of 10. On to the movie itself. From the very beginning, the movie gets it. The movie gets the whole idea that it's based upon. It really captures the fun aspect of this aesthetic, and it really understands, hey, let's make a good Fantastic Four movie and actually know how to make it fun and make it work. And it treats it like an adult. It's very similar in some ways of Superman, because it just throws you into the deep end. And this does a really good job of introducing you to everything going on. So if you don't know what's going on, never heard of the Fantastic Four, they just look cool to you, you get it. They give you the backstory here. They give you the information that you need without wasting too much time. And of course, it's all done in the neo-retro 60s aesthetic, which is superb. It just looks like what the 60s thought the future would look like. And I'm here for it. And this movie knows what it is, and it handles it perfectly. I just loved everything about this. Like, the robot companion, yeah, I loved it. It's great. It's weird and fun and has personality, and all the tech. I love how the technology here is, at some points, way beyond our current level. Like, they go to space. And yet they have, like, monitors that look like it's from the 60s, because they don't have 4K TVs. And it's just, how they mix and match this is so fun. And it really captures the spirit of Jack Kirby, and it really feels like this is a comic book movie. And it really just gives Stan Lee kind of, I don't know. I wish that they were both alive to be able to see this, because it feels like this really captures what the comic book is about and when they made it. And it looks beautiful. But on the movie itself, like what the story is, and ultimately a Fantastic Four movie either fails or succeeds on the cast. And the chemistry here is spot on. I love Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. If anything, I love him too much. He's just too good to be perfect. Pedro Pascal is one of the best actors of our time. This is generation. He just nails it every time he does anything. And he is a wonderful Reed Richards. And if anything, Reed Richards should be a little bit more of a jerk. But Pascal just doesn't have it in him to be that kind of jerky Reed Richards. And it's fine, because he's so good. And everyone here is so good. And everyone has great chemistry with one another. It really feels like they got this chemistry down first. And this is how we make sure we got the movie. We make sure these people like each other, care about each other, and connect with each other. And you see that on screen, and it really completely changes how you feel watching the events on the screen, because it works. Now, the story is pretty straightforward. Stop Galactus. And it moves with a purpose and goes through the pacing, as you'd expect. There are some issues with pacing, actually. A little bit of slowness here and there. But overall, it really does give you a nice sense of, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what they're going to try to do about it. And, okay. And there's some things here that are kind of not really developed. Like, there's like a romance scene. I'm not going to really talk about it. It's just like a little subplot. And it's a sweet thing, but it's just undercooked. And then there's one twist in the final act. I'm not going to say what happened, but it didn't land for me. And then there's like this secretary character. I don't know what's going on with her. It was just not explained at all. So a little loose ends kind of here and there. Like, you feel like there's a deleted scene that explains things here and there that they just took out for time. They're not bad. Like, the secretary, I'm fine with her as a character, I guess, but I don't know who she is. I don't know who she's supposed to be. So, okay. And I kind of know the love interest for the Thing, but it needed like one more scene, maybe two, to really get down why they connect. It just seemed like a random circumstance instead of a actual budding romance. And I get the character, I understand the character and how it's related to the comics, but in the film, I feel like it was a little bit underwhelmed of how they're able to do it. How underdeveloped, I guess, better not underwhelmed. So, overall, the story here is it's what you need. You have a big bad guy, you have clear stakes, and you are watching them trying to survive and trying to do what they can to save the Earth. And it's a comic book movie through and through. And it really feels old school as well as looks old school. Because it really isn't that deep. And it's fine. Because not everything has to be super deep. But it's a really fun ride. And it's a really well done movie. One thing that I really enjoyed was the CGI. It is absolutely stellar in the space scenes. And overall, CGI looks great. There's some parts that are lacking. There's a baby, and babies are hard to do CGI. They really are. How Mr. Fantastic stretches out, I kind of feel like it's better than it was in other, previous movies and such, but I do feel like it still looks a little weird. Not 100% bad, it's just, I wish it was a bit better. The Thing, on the other hand, looks 100% comic accurate. It looks great, and it's well animated, and overall, the CG works with the aesthetic, and it gives you a real sense of place. It gives a sense of, okay, I get it. This looks good, and it looks like a sci-fi comic book movie, and it works completely for that. There's some flaws. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie. Like I said before, there's some issues with pacing. So some issues with some characters being thrown in that I don't really understand who they are, and they seem to be important, but they're not given the screen time to really flesh themselves out. So it's kind of annoying, but those annoyances are just minor. Overall, I wish there was a little bit more depth here, and I do like everything I have. I like this Galactus. I like the Silver Surfer. I liked how they handled everything. And it's an enjoyable movie. And I very much recommend it. So my final review score for the movie itself is going to be a 8 out of 10. Now for patrons, stick around for your bonus features. For non-patrons, I'll tease you. The bonus features this time will be all about my 4DX experience with this movie. Alright, if you're a non-patron, bye. If you are a patron, stick around after the music. Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my super VIP patrons. Thank you, Alex Folk, Gravity Head Zero, and MK Ultra. So I got one quick thing to talk about. We have a merch store. Woohoo! We got t-shirts, we got tote bags, we got magnets, we got stickers, we got a little bit of everything. Woohoo! At this merch store, 3dr2d.com/store, you'll find many original designs and affordable prices. That website again is 3dr2d.com/store. Woohoo! You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either watching or listening to this podcast. Bye!
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.